What is up, guys? It's Bruin Steel, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I'm once again joined by Canadian Yorker, who I'm pretty sure has become a busy man because for a second week in a row, he didn't show up for the SmackDown talk, which is okay. We have lives, guys, but here we are. Canadian Yorker is back in this broadcast. So how are you tonight?
Doing pretty good tonight. Can't complain. I'm glad to see another week go by.
Alright, so we are recapping this past Monday Night Raw, which took place October 23rd, 2023, of course, and it took place in the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. I love Texas. Texas is actually where I was born, guys, but Dallas, the last two shows took place in Texas, so I like American Airlines Center. It's pretty big, and we are 1 week away from the Crown Jewel pay-per-view live from Saudi Arabia, so that's going to be excited, and a lot of matches have been announced this week, so we are here to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw, so let's get to it. So, as you all know, the Judgment Day won back the Undisputed Tag Team Championships, so Finn Balor and Damien Priest opened the show and celebrated, crowing about having their titles back. And then they were interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who still have settle a score with both Damien Priest and Finn Balor. Basically, Cody Rhodes saying that he wants to talk to mommy, and said that how Rhea Ripley, pulls the strings for them, and how she cut deals, including with the Bloodline. And basically, he had some unfinished business, saying that Damien Priest gave him a low blow. And then basically Damien Priest said that, did you forget about when I put you through the announce table? And basically Cody Rhodes challenged Damien Priest to a one-on-one match at Crown Jewel, which Damien Priest accepted. So that is a match that has been announced. Cody Rhodes will go one-on-one with Damien Priest. But Damien Priest says, why not just give everyone a preview of what's going to happen at Crown Jewel? Would you know, Cody Rhodes gets jumped by Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio coming to the ring. But then I believe it was Jey Uso. Yes, Jey Uso coming and saving, blasting Dom from behind. Damien and Rhodes going at it. Cody Rhodes seemed to have the edge, but JD McDonough snuck up behind Cody Rhodes, and the both men injured Cody Rhodes' leg. JD McDonough putting a steel chair on Cody Rhodes' leg, where Damien Priest grabbed the steel chair and smashed it against Cody Rhodes' leg, injuring him. Cody Rhodes falls to the ground, where referees and WWE officials coming out and kicking Judgment Day out of the ring. So that sucks for Cody. Cody going into Crown Jewel, it doesn't look good. But anyways, how did you think of this first opening segment?
Good to see Judgment Day get back their titles. This mishmash, this mismatch of a tag team of Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes has run its course. Obviously, we thought that I thought that Cody Rhodes and Dominic and Jay are doing this to be able to get back at the bloodline. And they made a statement. And by them winning the tag team titles over the Judgment Day, it really bothered Roman Reigns to see that happening, and him obviously wanting them to win back the titles is something that he had planned in mind. However, the Judgment Day won it back thanks to Jimmy Uso's interference. The Judgment Day won it back, and so this was actually Roman Reigns playing chess. He's playing chess right now. He's playing chess to try to determine how is he going to win back the titles, and he's playing chess moves with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. This man is obviously a tactician, So he's making his way to finally to get to make sure that the bloodline is able to get back on top. And obviously he's in cahoots with the Judgment Day because they're the best option right now at this point in time. The Judgment Day is the best option right now at this point in time for the bloodline. And so the bloodline needs a Judgment Day. The bloodline obviously needs the Judgment Day more than the Judgment Day needs the bloodline. So.
All right, and this is gonna be interesting if Damon Priest and I don't think Damon Priest is gonna defend. They're not gonna defend the titles at Crown Jewel. But all right, the next segment or match is the Alpha Academy. Chad Gable and Otis versus the New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. I'm so glad the New Day's back, but Big E needs to return to the ring, in my opinion. So yeah, this is a tag team match. The first match of the Raw was Alpha Academy versus New Day. This was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I kind of expected Alpha Academy to win this match, but it went back and forth. Chad Gable trying to win by the ankle lock. That's just basically his deadly move, and he obviously learned that from Kurt Angle. And then Otis just doing the caterpillar. Otis is awesome. Otis is a huge machine. It seems like Alpha Academy had the advantage at the beginning of this match, and then went back and forth. But at the end, it was the New Day that came with the win. Trouble in Paradise, and basically the New Day ends up winning by a limit breaker by Xavier Woods on Otis. So there you have it. The New Day defeats Alpha Academy by pinfall. So what did you think of this tag team match?
I'd like to see Chad Gable and the Judgment Day going after Imperium. I think them going after the New Day. It's great to see the New Day and the Alpha Academy are doing their thing together. However, I think the New Day needs to focus itself on focusing on getting the WWE the tag team titles. And so, if they were able to do that, that would be great for them. They could regain their prominence as a dominant tag team champions. I don't know. I just think the New Day is kind of stuck in this mid-card tier where they are. They're just not going anywhere. They're going up. They're going down. That's kind of how I see it. So.
All right. The next one is the next segment I want to talk about, or match, is a backstage segment that. By the way, I was streaming Monday Night Raw, so I watched the whole match. Canadian Yorker only watched half of the Raw, but this is I witnessed this. Seth freaking Rollins walking backstage. He runs into Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley confronts him, saying that she admits that there's been history between him and the Judgment Day, and it's based on respect. This is considered it might be a little Judgment Day insurance against Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre is like, you just lost in your boy. Don't think Damon Priest can able to successfully cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. And basically, Rhea Ripley said that he can make Seth Rollins like Roman Reigns. And Seth Rollins said that he's not anything like Roman Reigns. Basically, Rhea Ripley just tried to recruit Seth freaking Rollins. So that's interesting. But Seth Rollins probably just not gonna join. He's already made up his mind. But the rumor is saying that Drew McIntyre is definitely gonna join. But we can talk about later when his match is in action. But I don't know if you have any thoughts on this segment, Canadian Yorker.
Right? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm telling you, Seth is not gonna join. He's not gonna join.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for Seth Rollins to join because that would mean he'd have to turn heel. He'd have to turn heel and be with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day are already after him for it because he has the World Heavyweight Championship. So this makes sense. This doesn't really make sense for him to join. However, Drew McIntyre, on the other hand, would have a reason to be joining the Judgment Day, as is the other individual who we spoke of that also has a reason to joining the Judgment Day. Um, Drew McIntyre joining the Judgment Day would be a huge bonus, a huge boost for them, because they really don't have um, they have JD McDonough. They got Dominic. They got that means one person would have to leave, or one person would have to be kicked out. There would be a big group, a big faction, and that would be a dominating, threatening, ominous presence. I don't think, for me, I've never seen Drew McIntyre go full heel mode. I've never seen him go full
He
heel,
has
but
gone heel before. He has turned heel before when he joined the lines of Dolph Ziggler and Braun Strowman. When they all three of them, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler, teaming up to take out the Shield. That's when Drew McIntyre turned heel.
oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was back in
Um,
I believe 2018, but I don't want to talk too much. But moving forward, we got Becky Lynch defending her NXT Women's Championship against Indi Hartwell. I do want to make a point. I do want to mention that today is Wednesday. The NXT Halloween Holic took place yesterday. Becky Lynch lost the title, so Becky Lynch is no longer your NXT Women's Champion, as she lost to her name's Lyra Valkyrie. She lost the title to, but this was Monday night. She defended the NXT Women's Championship. It's hard, because Becky Lynch had to defend it that Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday she had to defend it, so that's really hard to defend it 2 days in a row. But letting you guys know, Becky Lynch is no longer the NXT Women's Championship. I'm interested to see what's next for her, for Becky Lynch. Obviously, I want her to go after Rhea Ripley, but the situation with the whole fatal five-way, but we have to see. I'm not going to talk about that. But moving forward, Becky Lynch defending the NXT Women's Championship against Indi Hartwell this past Monday. Surprisingly, this was a great match. Indi Hartwell getting propped by Natalya once again backstage before this match, and once again Candice LaRelle giving her condolence to Indi Hartwell before this match, and this match was great. Indi Hartwell is basically she's a fighting woman. I like her. She put up a fight, but Becky Lynch proving why she's the best. I don't know why I say that. The fact that she lost to a newbie yesterday, but Becky Lynch showing the ways to win matches. Indi Hartwell kind of took advantage of this match. There were so many great hits that she hit on Becky, and surprisingly, the pitfall only Becky Lynch was able to kick out at two with near falls. But Becky Lynch was able to disarm her submission hold to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defeats Indi Hartwell by submission to retain the NXT Women's Championship. What did you think of this match? And I know you don't watch NXT, but what are your thoughts? This was a match that Canadian Yorker. This is when Canadian Yorker joined my stream, so he did watch the whole thing.
yeah. I don't really watch NXT. I'm not really into it. I think it's great that Becky Lynch won and she defended her title. And NXT is that place where there's still young stars that are developing, and excuse me, there's still young stars who are working their way up to becoming the bigger stars in the WWE. So it's where a lot of the development comes and goes in WWE. So for Becky Lynch to win her title is beneficial for her and for the other wrestlers that are facing her to get their shine in the spotlight. And it's a great pickup win for her. So
And by the way, after the match,
yeah,
Shia Lee, Amber just came to Lorel backstage. Shia Lee wants a shot at the NXT Women's Championship so bad, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Shia Lee versus Lyra Valkyrie for the NXT Women's Championship, because Shia Lee told Becky Lynch a couple times, "I want to face you for the title. I want to face you for the title." So Shia Lee might be still going after the NXT Women's Championship. So Lyra Valkyrie should watch her back. But anyways, moving on. Obviously, you saw the backstage segment between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, who is, by the way, the new SmackDown general manager. He's only been here on the show for 2 weeks now, and there's a little bit of a rivalry between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, which brings me back to the day Raw versus SmackDown versus ECW. So that brings me back great memories. Um, but basically, yeah. Moving forward, you were obviously saw this segment, the Fatal Five Way contract signing that just ended in complete chaos. Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark all came out, but Adam Pearce said that he's gonna be getting Rhea Ripley's signature later tonight, but Rhea Ripley still came out anyways, basically saying that this fatal Rhea Ripley, I just tell you that is just not a fan of this Fatal 4-Way, saying that it's a contradictory, a setup. But she said that she can beat everyone in the ring individually, and then the more that Adam Pearce controls her life or whatever, the more she can make a living hell from him. Basically, he said that he's gonna prove that she's the most dominant woman in the division. Where Nia Jax saying that, I see what you're gonna do. You want me to take out every single competitor, so it comes down to the two of us, and basically, they snacked and the brawl started. I think it was Raquel Rodriguez punched Nia Jax first, and everyone started to go after Nia Jax, where Rhea Ripley's ringside laughing, where Nia Jax started laid out Rodriguez with a Samoan drop. And that's pretty much the end of the segment. You saw how the chaos happened. Security tried to separate them, but Nia Jax is a big ass woman, so no one's stopping her. Raquel Rodriguez was fighting for the security too, so you saw what happened. So what do you think of this?
Rhea Ripley is a master manipulator. She obviously did not get in the ring with those other four women because they would have went after her. They went after the biggest person in the ring, and that was Nia Jax. And while watching the footage, Nia Jax said that she wants Nia Jax to take out all the other competition, and then all the other competition, they realized that she's the problem, so she has to be taken out, and that's what they did. That's what they tried to do, but they were not successful. And so, if Rhea Ripley has to win her title, to retain her title, she has she and all the other competitors there have to take down Nia Jax because she's the biggest. She's gonna be a thorn in their sides, and like I said, I don't really like her being in this present in the fatal 4-way match because she really doesn't have any. There's no point for her to be in there, other than she's the biggest obstacle in Rhea Ripley's career, and obviously she obviously likes to injure wrestlers, so she's gonna be a problem for all of them. When Crown Jewel starts, and so that's going to be an issue for them. They all are going to have to not try to take each other out, but at the same time take out the biggest opponent in the room, so that they can focus on, taking each other out, and then one person can be the champion. It's like there's the enemy. It's like they're saying the enemy of your enemy is my friend. So obviously that has to be played out in real time. They may have to reunite against the biggest enemy, but of course, Rhea Ripley is an opportunist. She definitely will try to take advantage of any opportunities that she says she will find, as well as the deadliest striker among those ladies, who is I'm forgetting her name. What's her name? The striker lady. Jeff, you remember who she is? I'm forgetting her name. But that yes, I'm forgetting her name right now. But anyway,
Zoe Stark.
She, not Zoe Stark. Anyway, the one who defeated Ronda Rousey.
Charlotte Flair. Liv Morgan.
I'm sorry.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah. No, not Liv Morgan. Anyway, so she's gonna be dangerous because she knows how to use her arms and knees, and she knows how to throw punches. She's going to be a dangerous opponent for Rhea, so she has to watch out for her. Raquel Rodriguez, of course, is a strong opponent. She's Rhea's equal. So yeah, man, I think this is going to be a very interesting series. This fatal five-way. We're going to see how things turn out and who's going to be the victor and who comes out on top. So
yeah. All right, next match. We saw this match together as Giovanni Vinci versus Johnny Gargano. This was a great match. It looked like Johnny Gargano was in trouble, but Luke Kaiser ran interference like always. But Tom Coast Senpa came and saved Johnny Gargano. Basically, Johnny Gargano took advantage and hit Vinci with the one final beat. Johnny Gargano defeats Giovanni Vinci by pinfall. So what did you think of this match?
It's a nice win. I like the fact that they won. It's a nice little revenge win for how they won the last time. Nobody complains. Nobody cheats. Well, nobody cheated, but nobody complains, and nobody's whining about who won, who lost. It's just clean. It's just wins, despite them being faulty wins. These are wins nonetheless, and it's good to see this feud continuing going forward. So, I just like to continue to say, keep up the good work, guys.
All right, the next segment, Logan Paul. Logan Paul, the boxer master, is back, and I'm telling you, he's going to defeat Rey Mysterio probably. But Logan Paul opens up the next segment, and he said that he didn't just, not only did he beat his opponent last week, he lost his job. The person that he beat lost his job and says that he's a free agent, saying that he should just run to the keyboard because when he defeats Rey Mysterio Crown Jewel, he becomes United States champion. He'll give something to talk about online. But yeah, and he said that he's gonna come back to Raw and defend the title. And Dominic Mysterio, here we go, the two most hated WWE superstars. And Logan Paul said that Crown to shut up. Oh my God, Dominic Mysterio straight up is the most hated superstar. The boo started, and Logan said, "Show Dirty Dom some respect." And Paul said that Rey Mysterio said that they were similar. That, but he left off that there were a lot of hard stuff that they had to overcome, and basically Logan Paul had to pull a freaking what was it when they faced Ricochet SummerSlam, where and then she said that she goes and calls out Samantha Irving. He said that my favorite ring announcer, and I called it too. I called that. Oh, don't do that. Ricochet's gonna come out and attack him. But you know, Ricochet comes out and attack Logan Paul after disrespecting Samantha Irving again, and and then basically he keeps begging her to say it. I don't even want to say new United States champion Logan Paul. And then that's when Ricochet came out and beat down Logan Paul, sharing a kiss with Samantha. So basically, we'll just say that. What did you think of that segment?
Yo, these guys, they are just trolls. It's just they are trolling us. They're trolling Ricochet. They're trolling Samantha. They're trolling Rey Mysterio. These guys are terrible. I mean, they're just not likable people. You know. What else can I say? I hope Rey Mysterio retains his U.S. championship and shows it and shows that he is the true U.S. champion and he doesn't lose to Logan Paul after a crown jewel. It would not make any sense for him to do that. You know, if he loses, okay, that's fine. Okay, he has opportunity to get it back. I believe that War Games is right after Crown Jewel, so Rey Mysterio definitely will have a chance to go after and get his title back. Of course, there's also Santos who can also have the opportunity to go and get it too. And of course, I know we've talked also about Santos betraying Rey and turning heel. That could happen, but that's for another day. But you know that right now, I hope that Logan Paul loses his chance to become champion at Crown Jewel, and he never ever, just like I think Logan Paul and Ricochet should definitely have a rematch. They should definitely get a rematch, and because Ricochet again does not like Logan Paul, and I get it. I understand where Ricochet is coming from. I get it. And so guess what? Logan Paul and Ricochet should have another match, all right? And we should determine who's the better wrestler. I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, and I feel like Dominic Mysterio is going to cost Rey Mysterio his title match against Logan Paul, and then what if Logan Paul joins Judgment Day? That'd be funny.
I mean, yes, it would be. It would be because they have not one but two unlikable heels, like the most unlikable heels. Everybody doesn't like Dominic for a reason. Now that Dominic is associating himself with Logan Paul, he's gonna rub off on Dominic's gonna rub off on Logan Paul, and then he's gonna get the same amount of heel treatment just like Dominic gets as. And funny thing, Logan Paul is not a full-time wrestler. He only wrestles part-time. He wrestles whenever he wants to wrestle. Right? The last time I saw him wrestle, last time I saw him in WWE, he was at
SummerSlam?
He was where?
SummerSlam against Ricochet, I think.
So, yeah, he was at Fastlane, right? That was the last time we saw him. How long ago was that? That was like 3 or 4 months ago. He was there 3 or 4 months ago, and now he's just like Roman Reigns. If he wins the U.S. title, he's gonna become a part-time champion just like Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns only wrestles whenever he wants to wrestle. He wrestles part-time. He's right now he's wrestling because he has to defend his title against LA Knight, right? And now if Logan Paul wins, he has to defend his title against whoever he has to defend his title against. Dominic Mysterio is a champion, but who in the world is he facing? He hasn't faced anyone. He isn't facing anyone every week. he's facing a person every other week or something like that. So I don't want to see Logan Paul win the U.S. title, and I hope
Right.
Rey Mysterio retains it and he's able to keep it until WrestleMania.
All right. Moving on to the next match. Oh my God, we got to get through everything, and this video is going for a long time. This next match was so fucking retarded. I don't know what's going through Natalia's head. Next match is Chelsea Green and Pimper Nivens versus Natalia, and her mystery partner is a dead ass fucking Nikki Cross. And that's basically what she looked like the entire match. She had no interest and then just walked out on Natalia. And we're like, oh, Natalia's going to beat them. It's like, nope. Um, Chelsea Green and Pimper Niven defeats Natalia by a crossbody from Niven's. Easy win. That's basically it. What do you think of this weird match and stupid?
It was dumb. I know what Natalia was thinking. She obviously needed a better tag team partner, and it was too much for her. She was doing really well, kind of, and then she just got overrun and overwhelmed, and it was terrible for her. Yeah, this was not a good. It was not her night. So
Yeah.
yeah, this should be a match between Pimper, between Natalia and her tag and her so-called tag team partner who just walked out on her. So
Alright, the next match is Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. This was a great match until it got ruined at the end. These two guys, obviously the history between these two guys when Sami Zayn was on the bloodline, feuding with Drew McIntyre at War Games. But this match was great. Back and forth, McIntyre, Sami Zayn. You obviously said that Sami Zayn didn't have a chance, but Sami Zayn, I told you, he might have won. He could have won without interference at the end, which we'll talk about. But Sami Zayn put up a fight. You heard it. This was a great match. This was probably one of the top matches that evening. You hear the crowd saying that this is awesome. But it went back and forth. but yeah, Drew McIntyre was going ham, and then Sami Zayn was had some momentum, but Rhea Ripley comes out and distracts Sami Zayn. Drew McIntyre takes advantage, hits Sami Zayn with the Claymore kick, and ends up getting the win. Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn by pinfall thanks to Rhea Ripley, and this is when it started, when people be talking, is Drew McIntyre going to join Judgment Day, where Drew McIntyre eventually will get confronted after the match by Seth freaking Rollins. So what did you think of this match?
I think it's confirmed that Drew McIntyre is joining the Judgment Day. I think it is. It is pretty much confirmed because it doesn't make sense for Rhea Ripley at the end of this match to come out of nowhere and just suddenly cause distraction for Sami Zayn. It doesn't make any sense for that to happen, but it did. And Sami, it sucks that he's on a losing streak right now because he's got a lot going for him. But this man, he just needs. He just needs to continue to push himself forward and move on from Kevin Owens and, just do his thing. He's got to learn what he's doing and just keep moving forward. And, I don't really have much to say for Sami Zayn. And he's doing well in his feud against the Judgment Day. So I think that's what he should keep on doing. So.
Yeah. Next match was probably the most retarded match ever. Bronson Reed versus Akira Tozawa. As you may know, that Alpha Academy had accepted a new member in their group, Akira Tozawa, giving him a shirt and said that he could challenge anyone, but for some reason the skinny little guy decided to challenge this big ass dude in Bronson Reed, and There's nothing really to talk about. This was probably the most retarded match I have ever seen. It's like this shouldn't even be in a freaking match. Like what the hell? And yeah, I'll just say this: Bronson Reed just destroyed him. Bronson Reed wins by the 747 splash. That's it. And Bronson Reed just didn't get any damage at all. That was like a level 1 player trying to face up against like 100 level 1 player online. So what did you think of this match?
It's not, they say it's not about the size, not about the size of the dog. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. And I mean, I guess Tuasawa had this thing going, but at the same time, Bronson Reed was just too much for him. He just, like I said, we both saw how he overpowered him, and he picked a guy who was too powerful, right? And that's just the sad part. He thought he could win, but it just wasn't enough. And we just have to see how things go from there. So,
Alright, the next match is the main event match. Damien Priest going one on one with main event Jey Uso. I guess that's his new name then. Um, so it's a one-on-one match. It didn't look good for Jey Uso in this match. Damon Priest, pretty much, in my own opinion, Damon Priest. Oh yeah, Canadian Yorker did miss this match. He left. But Damon Priest pretty much dominated most of this match. Jey Uso, poor Jey Uso. His brother, obviously costing him the titles, and now he's become the most hated superstar. Obviously Judgment Day doesn't like him now, and he obviously has the problem with Drew McIntyre. But Jey Uso did get some good hits in, but obviously, like I said, most of the match it was Damon Priest taking control. This was just didn't look good for Jey Uso. But at the end, I thought Jey Uso was gonna win. Jey Uso hit a spear and a diving splash, but like I said before, when there's Judgment Day, there's always interference. Finn Balor comes out and distracts the referee, which where Uso gets up, and then basically Jey Uso attacks Balor, and then but Damon Priest hits Jey Uso with the South of Heaven, which is a choke slam, and gets the 1, 2, 3. I'm sick of the interference by the Judgment Day, but Finn Balor and Damon Priest were not done with Jey Uso. Finn Balor started to attack Jey Uso after the match, hitting the coffin graft off the top rope onto Jey Uso, and I was like, oh man, someone come out. And then basically Damon Priest and Finn Balor weren't done. They grabbed 2 chairs. They were trying to do the same thing they did to Cody to Jey. But what you know, Cody Rhodes comes out of nowhere, limping and all, with a cast, and evens the odds and forces Balor to save Priest. Basically, Cody Rhodes was able to hit some chair shots on Damon Priest's back, saving Jey Uso. But it looks like Cody Rhodes isn't going to be 100%. We have to see it. 100% going to Crown Jewel against Damon Priest. Damon Priest has the advantage. We have to see what happens with the whole Cody ankle injury. It was announced that Cody Rhodes does have an injury. It was an ankle injury. But yeah, Cody Rhodes with a limped cast, saving Jey Uso, ending the show. So what did you think of this match, main event match?
yeah, it's unfortunate that there was interference by the Judgment Day to get this win. But of course, the Judgment Day is going to do what the Judgment Day does, which is best, which is interfering in people's matches to get wins. Sometimes it works against them. Other times, it does work. And in this case, as in last case, last week, they were successfully able to get the distractions and get the cheap shots in and get the wins. Of course, but you remember the times when they did try to interfere, but then it backfired on them, right?
Yeah.
And they ended up losing their matches like the first time, and like the first time they lost their titles because they got distracted, and so they're obviously being more opportunistic and taking advantage of certain things to make sure that get the distraction done successfully. So they're learning. I'm seeing that they're learning as a team how to be more successful in these interferences, and I think that they're probably learning it from the Bloodline, who's the best at interfering in matches to get wins. Um, so they're obviously learning this from Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. At the same time, um, the the fact that they won and then they wanted to go further and destroy. Not only they took out Seth. They took out Cody Rhodes to make sure that he can't wrestle. They wanted to take out Jey Uso in the same manner to do that. And you see, as I was saying earlier, Roman Reigns is playing chess, not checkers. So he is doing these things intentionally through the Judgment Day to make sure that he is not going to get that competition at the end of the day. He wants the Judgment Day to do his dirty work for him. So he wants them to take out Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes obviously is the biggest factor and the biggest problem for Roman Reigns out there. And then there's Jey Uso, of course, out there too, who's also a big factor too. That they have to watch their back over. So the Judgment Day is as a buffer zone to help the Bloodline protect itself from Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. And so they wanted to take out Jey Uso, but Cody Rhodes came out. He defended Jey Uso. You notice that I think during while Cody Rhodes was going after Jey Uso after he took out Finn Balor. I think it was Jey Uso that attacked Damien Priest's legs, and then Cody Rhodes made the choice to do the same damage, just to give the same retribution and damage to Damien Priest that Damien Priest did to Cody Rhodes. So there's an element of retribution there that Cody Rhodes will dish out. So if something bad happens, then Cody Rhodes needs to deal with it. So that's what I think. I think that the reason why they're doing these things is to help the Bloodline and help themselves. And the Bloodline, the Judgment Day needs to wants to protect its image, and they're always looking for opportunities.
All right, that will do it. What a Monday Night Raw that we witnessed, and yeah, it was a great show. For me, for grading, I would give this show I give this an A minus. I think it was a great show. Interference, but it's whatever. But this was an amazing show. I give it an A minus. How about you?
I'm gonna give it a B plus because it's a great show. There's a lot of things that happened. There were some dull moments that happened, especially with Natalia. Obviously just getting double teamed out there by herself and having to fight by herself, and there's no explanation why. And then there's the other match with Kira and Bronson Reed. So there was some matches that didn't make any sense. So I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Alright, but anyways, that will do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I do want to mention that me, Canadian Yorker, and one other of our friends, Joey, will be going to the WWE Monday Night Raw event, which is December 4th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I will have a blog for you guys, plus the full matches, so it's going to be a blast. It's going to be at the Albany, New York MVP Arena. The three of us went to the last event, which was May 29th in Albany, so we can only make Albany events. It'd be nice. There's a chance that we might go to WrestleMania. I don't know, since it's kind of close. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But anyways, letting you guys know that me, Canadian Yorker, and one other of our friend Joey will be going to the WWE event December 4th at MVP Arena, right here where we are in Albany, New York. So that's going to be excited. But anyways, that will do it for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Plus, I'll be streaming the Friday Night SmackDown this week. So if any of you guys have Discord and you guys want to join and watch WWE, just let me know or leave a comment or message me. I'll be streaming Friday Night SmackDown this Friday on Discord. So letting you guys know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, I'm your host, Bruin Steel. Thank you guys for watching, and this is Canadian Yorker. Any last thoughts you want to say?
I would say that it's been great. It's been a long night, and I wish you all a great night.
Yep, and we'll see you whenever we do the Friday Night SmackDown. I'm not sure if Canadian Yorker here is going to join. He missed the last two SmackDown broadcasts, so we'll see what's going to happen. But with or with not, we'll see you at some point for our next broadcast. So we'll see you guys later.
See you later.